Hey guys, how's it going? Yay, we got 3 people in here. So I'm just left Best Buy. I went, gosh, my roots look really dark in here. I can't wait to get my hair done in a couple days. Anyway, I'll just go like this. Janice gave this to me like, I don't know, a while ago. And I haven't been journaling a lot lately, but I am an automatic writer. That's what I do. I do automatic writing. Shoot, I forgot to share this. Apologize, guys. There we go. I'm like shaking right now. I made a goal to never do this anymore, but here I am. Because I'm just so shocked at what I found. I don't think. If anybody wants to share this on my wall, you can. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I found this thoughts thing. And I've been like in channel mode seriously for like 6 days straight. And anybody that's been coming to my classes every single day except for yesterday and today, which I'm thinking of possibly doing something not tonight because Jeff's out of town. Or tomorrow night. I think that he's working an 8-hour day. He's one of the necessaries that are needed in this world to continue working. I wish I could flash a picture of what he looks like right now. He looks like he's ready to go to battle. He's got this big old like cloth across his face and stuff. Okay, so anyways, I found this. This was written on God knows when. It was before 9/19 because my post here, Canon with me always. Laptop, iPad with pen at home. I was organizing my electronics. Organizing my money. Okay, so this was Marla making notes. Okay, about us still haven't run. So this has to at least have been a few months ago. Oh, here we have a date. We have a date. First of all, we have this, which I don't know what that means. Oh, I know what that is. Okay, so that's the integer. An integer is in mathematics where it's like it's something that cannot be broken down. It's full and complete within itself. Okay, that is a mirror, so there's a reflection of it. Okay, so it looks like a J dog, Jesus, maybe, I don't know, and then a shepherd's hook, and that's our consciousness. So the other night we watched a video with Celine Dion, I think Celine Dion and Josh. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Josh Colbert. No, that's someone else. Anyways, Celine Dion and Josh Corbin. And we watched that, and we watched as he turned into like a pipe that looked like a J and had all these sparks flying out of him. But she like literally looked like a corpse standing on the stage before he got on the stage. So clearly she like is either burned out, or she's got a lack of faith, or she's sick, or anything that would cause us to completely block ourselves in the spleen from creating new life. So we're constantly creating new life in our spleen. That's right under our heart. We come in, our heart beats before our brain is made. So our heart is first. That thing that ignites our heart is also what many people would call the Holy Spirit. It breathes life into us. The Holy Spirit, they are saying today, is also oxygen, which I thought was kind of cool. I have this whole channel thing at home I was going to go over, but then I found this, and I found this other thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, here's the date, 9/19/19. I wrote this. So basically, I was drawing this thing because I kept seeing it everywhere, like everywhere. And then these lines came off like right before the coronavirus thing started to happen, or this duplicated itself, so it was like and then it became a crown, and it was like duplicating itself 4 times. So this thing became a crown. And then when all the coronavirus stuff started happening, I saw these things falling off. so they turned into these things, and I kept saying like vector 409, vector this, vector that, vector something, vector, and I was like CO2 vector, CO2 vector 1, CO2 vector 409, CO2. COVID is, it's COV2 is the name of the disease. So I was literally channeling about the disease and the cure for it, and I didn't even know. So it's all the source codes that I channeled, I bet you would cure somebody. So I want to find someone that's actually positive. I know there's a lot of people that are sick, but it's also flu season and cold season. I totally believe in the disease, and I was flat on my back for 3 weeks. But I also kind of knew that this thing was going around, so I almost kind of let myself be sick longer than I usually would have. Usually we kind of like push ourselves to just keep going, but I was like coughing my head off to the point I couldn't even breathe. I was one out of 583 people that they allowed to go into the emergency room that day. Everyone else was being turned away to do virtual appointments and were receiving diagnosis over the computer. But they were like, you need to come in. Yeah, Corbin, that's right, Josh Corbin. So they were telling people that they were positive for it based on symptoms, like symptomatically, in a little tent. And then they'd say, okay, call this and talk to this doctor on this virtual screen, and this virtual doctor will tell you whether you have it or not. So that's how they were receiving their diagnosis. My diagnosis came back symptomatic, yes. Chemically, no, I don't have it. But I kept thinking, they're not sending me my results for the COVID-19. And then I saw COV2, and then it was the SARS-2 thing. So the serious upper or something air respiratory, I don't know what it stands for. But anyways, point is that if you know that anyone that's sick, just like tell them to push through it the way that they would with any other cold, because between the really gnarly, disgusting cold and flu that's going around, like our whole family had it. One after another, we went down, starting with my dad, I think in November. And everyone says that there was no corona here. But here it says, and I said the other day, the first person to have corona in the US was June 2nd. So here it says, starting in June, the plague will begin. The plague to remove those that are unworthy of themselves. And then it says nothing. And then I have these things, and it says neurotransmitters. So these are our neurotransmitters. The word corona means crown. So I was drawing a crown, literally. And then I pulled the crown, this thing off, and it turned into little like V's, like the virus, two of them. And basically like God, this is God reflecting on itself. Okay, so God is an I, and then when it reflects upon itself, it's a J, Jesus. Okay, so, but Jesus' name is not Jesus, it's Yeshua ben Joseph. So, created reality. Jesus is from the created reality, and the name Jesus, because we created it. And that's why sometimes, you guys know I believe in Christ with all my heart, but sometimes the name Jesus freaks me out, because it's not Christ that comes in because I can see so much. I can see every single layer of everything. Like it comes in as a bunch of different names, like Emmanuel, Michael. Michael's the highest I see him, Christ Michael. And the word Michael means to be like God, I think. Something like that, or something like God. Anyway, okay, so only 10 out of something lasts through this evacuation system in which we will go through. This is 9/19/19. For you must have a class every week. You must do activations every week. You must have everyone drink water every week. The body will filter anything and everything so long as it passes by the tonsils. Protect your spleen. Protect your organs, for your organs are you. You are your blood. For those who are unwilling to see beyond the dogma of religion, they will have lower intestinal issues. They will have issues with their spleen, and they will start to have issues with the lungs as the earth ascends through the lungs, through the throat, and up into the head. Because the earth is us, basically, That's why they call it the gut brain, because we live down in our gut. That's our false reality. That's the solar plexus. If we're hanging upside down, like, like totally like in sin, or, like we hate ourselves, or we hate our life, or we hate God or whatever, then we kind of go like here's a ring, here's our reality. We go do, 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 and we hang upside down, and our head is hanging down into the second chakra, which is also known as the valley of the shadow of death in the Bible. It's the emotional body. It's like, who wants to feel emotions all the time? The bad emotions. When people get into like manifestation and stuff like that, law of attraction does not work if they can't at least get up into their solar plexus. If they're down in their root chakra, they're just wasting their time, especially the second chakra. And that's why I love the snow globe so much, because the snow globe cleans the second chakra. It cleans all the emotions and the feelings. And using quantum healing, you can say, my snow globe, by law of correspondence, my snow globe now represents my entire multidimensional body, soul, and spirit. Please show me what my snow globe looks like now. And it'll be like, whoa, I just did it. And mine has like a little path. Oh, leading back to me. I'm sitting down. Ew, my snow globe is dirty. I got to clean that. Woo. But I'm up in another different globe because I'm out of body. Which is why I should probably put that in park. Okay. So 9/20/19 goal. Post 3 times a day. Tell people to expand and retract. Expand and retract. Expand and retract 6 feet. Next thing was, so basically like pull like a ball of light into like your like, right, this is the seat of your soul right here, like right this chest bone here. For now, but the seat of your soul is now on your crown, okay? So it's moving because the earth is moving. And whether you like it or not, you're ascending. And the people that don't want to ascend, and they don't want to live in a world with no hate. They don't want to live in a world where it's just good. Like they still want to live in duality. Those people, what they've said is their consciousness is going to leave during the time of the shepherd. And I was like, what is the time of the shepherd? Is that when Christ returns to get his people? And I heard yes. So I get in the car. I just went to Target, and I got some stuff, and to Best Buy, and got some stuff. And I literally open up this tablet that Janice gave me, and it says Shepherd's Hook, April 13th to April 28th. And I was thinking, isn't the quarantine over on the 14th? I think. I'm not sure. I'm not paying too much attention. Whereby those who are unable to see the light will be hooked and saved back into duality, aka soul school. They will remain a soul, they will remain in a movie, and they will remain only the witness of the reality that they chose once before and have to continue to experience over and over and over and over until they realize that they are in charge. Those who realize that they are in charge, those who realize that they have a choice, will thereby shed the soul in which they've embodied over and over. For this is the Bible verse we have shared. Why would you pour new wine into an old wineskin? For it will surely burst. Every time you're born, you have a new spirit from earth. But if you keep saving the same soul and reincarnating, it's going to have holes in it. You're going to have like birthmarks and scars and stuff like that when you're born. It's like your soul is just going to keep coming back, and it's like you need new imprints. So I need to do an activation class. I need to do something where I'm activating everybody's soul, upgrading everybody's blueprints. It's probably going to take like 4 times. And I don't know how many people I'll be able to have there. Maybe like 5 or 10 or 100,000. Shut up. There's no freaking way. I'd be dead. Okay, whatever. 100,000 people. Okay, whatever. To activate people's to ignite their spark in their heart, then to activate their soul memory and pull it all in, and then heal it. Remove the old blueprint, put the new blueprint in, because you have another soul that's like, yeah, I'm your soul. Hello, I'm like right here. You've just been like sitting there like an idiot reincarnating like 1,000 times, but I've been here the whole time. And so our soul's just like standing there like waiting for us to allow it in. And right now the soul is trying to dive in through our crown chakra into us and embody us, instead of a piece of our soul. So I used to call it the I am and the mini I am. So like the soul would be the I am, and then the mini I am would be like what is us. We are our soul. So like our higher self would be that which created like all of that. But the way that most people talk about the higher self would be like you raised up to a level of consciousness where you can see by a broader spectrum, like the highest possible your mental body. But your mental body is also your Luciferian body, because it's, anyways, I won't even go there. Too much. Anyways, so, and that's what most psychics are in. Shut up, God, stop. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Okay, all right, they do. That's the hologram world. That's if you're in the root chakra and you're like, I'm ascending up into my crown chakra. Well, actually, if you're down the root, you're actually going backwards. So what the soul's doing is coming in to show us which way true north is. So show me which way true north is. Wait, I am Marisa and only Marisa, because I need to get back into me. Whoa. I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about. What was I saying? Oh, ask what true north is? Okay. Show me where true north is, okay? Show me where the North Pole is. Right there. Show me. Okay. Now I'm going to get into my heart, take 3 steps back into my soul. Show me which way true north is. Show me where the North Pole is. Down. So in the soul game, in the game that we play, that is the soul game, it's not a real reality. It's like a false reality, because we're not souls. We're God consciousness. So we are consciousness living inside these souls that are like playing this game over and over and over and over. And everybody wants to save the soul, save the soul, save the soul, save the soul. But the soul is not you. You're in a soul. And the soul is projecting, reflecting, and creating a hologram of a human being. And then our soul's awareness is falling into that human being, and we're forgetting that we're the soul. But we're also forgetting the broader thing is that we're God. We're all individual God particles, and we're all individually created, equally broken off from God. And I have a chart that's probably about 50 tiers long, but it's like in the beginning there was God. God spun so fast that it was like 96 pieces broke off of them. I think it's in our book, The Skeptic's Guide to the Tao. I wrote out this whole chart, but it was like you spin so fast that 96 pieces broke off. Then those 96 pieces were like, oh, sweet, I'm God. And they started spinning. And then they broke off into like 12 pieces, but the original one stayed. So it's like they had those 12 pieces that then were like the consciousness, and then the awareness was the piece that broke off. So we have like they called it like the double Tao, the Tao, and then we have like our consciousness, and that consciousness remains how it is, but it can be fallen, or it can learn, it can build its density level, like more information in it. But information does not matter. Knowledge does not matter. That's like Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. Like they don't need knowledge and wisdom. They're God. Like it's God incarnating as a perfect human being. So what everybody's doing in trying to learn all these dimensions and densities and all this stuff, it's great. It's fascinating. I love it, and I teach it, and I probably confuse the crap out of everyone. But the thing is that like I've been obsessed with this stuff for 11 years, and not until I had faith that like if I send healing to somebody and I just witness it, it's going to happen, did I start seeing like cancers going away, like what did Emily have, the shingles, it's just like insane. You know, I draw a little picture of a flower on a piece of paper, and I call that their disease, and then I just go through and I erase it and draw little pictures and erase it, and then they call me the next day and they're like, doctor says I'm okay, I don't have to come back for a year, like whatever. So it's like, it's the faith. The faith. So having faith and understanding and knowing that we are and can be whatever we want to be is what has been the most powerful thing for me. And that's trusting, and I don't trust anything. Yeah, the faith mustard seed thing, I was like, that's crap. That's why our books are called Skeptic's Guide to the Universe because I'm so skeptical. But I am so blown away by this April 13th to 28th. Oh, let me finish reading. So those who have faith, not those who know, so you don't need to learn, but those who have faith and use their faith brain will thereby be spared the shepherd's hook. If anyone gets like a tickly feeling on their back, that's where like earth is within us kind of right now, and that's where the spirit portal is. But we also, you'll notice you have like a little hook in between your two shoulder blades. If you're in like your ego, say like, I'm not my ego, show me my hook. And you'll be like, whoa, holy crap, I'm a total puppet. But that's because you're your ego. So once you get out of your ego and you become your spirit, then you're like the most purest piece of you that's created by earth. You're part of earth until you're 8. And after 8, it's then up to you in some religions to give your spirit back to some Godhead that can then use it to continue to exist without a connection to God. Because what created earth creates us, and then earth creates our human bodies, but our souls are created by the sun, and the sun, S-U-N-S-O-N, go and live these lives in this soul school. Okay, so we don't want to go back to soul school. We want to be done. But some people do. Some people are like, no, I'm not done being so-and-so. Like, I'm not done being Marisa. I want to come back and be Marisa again. And I want to see if I can do it right or do it better next time. So it's fine. It's not like a 5th grader is no better than a 1st grader. It just means that they've just, been doing it a little bit longer. Okay, I can't read the comments because I don't have glasses on. I can't even read this. I have to wear my ugly glasses. Okay, here we go. So, their spaces will be parallel. Their spaces will be parallel in that no one will die. However, many personalities will change. Their souls will be swapped. Then this says, souls will expand out. We'll expand out, activate, ignite, and understand that each of our minds gather together to create the world's consciousness, with everybody in fear, with no one able to enter within 6 feet within each other. Nobody can ignite another. So the Celine Dion thing, the Josh Corbin, you watch it, he starts singing and like she just is like lights up. Totally lights up. Who pisses us off the most out of anybody in the entire world? Our family. So we drop down to our 2nd chakra, into our emotional body, and leads us to have to deal with all of our emotional issues. So that's why we have to be dealing with our triggers. Stop projecting on your family. Stop blaming them for anything that's ever happened in your life. It's all your fault. And just take responsibility for it and say, okay, it's my responsibility. Say sorry to your family. And actually mean it. Like, if you don't talk to a brother or sister or a family member, like, call them. They could be gone on the 13th. Their consciousness that they are could be like, okay, we're going to stay on the old earth. And then the other God consciousnesses are going to live on an earth. Same earth. We'll all think that each other are all still alive. It's just a shift to where like, you're going to be like, the last shift that happened like that was January 18th, and I had an old friend who actually turned back into her old self and got all crazy again when she got all competitive with me. But she actually like turned from like pretty competitive and mean to like sweet, like so nice, like overnight. And there's no way you could fake this. She'd scream at her kids when they were trying to sing. And then the night, like when she shifted on the 18th of January of 2019, or maybe it was 19, it was just like, you're a different person. And it's not that we're a different person, we're a higher state of our own consciousness. Okay, so what's going to happen is some people are going to ascend into their oversoul, others are going to stay in their soul. So it's like our God consciousness is the one that's ascending. It's not our spirit, it's not our soul, it's not our human mind, it's our God consciousness. So my exercise that I have in my book, Attunement, the God spot exercise, is actually probably perfect for a time like this. We actually say, okay, so close your eyes, I'm doing this as Marissa, not as the channel, but I still need to channel the channel. Okay, so close your eyes and say, show me inside of me where my God spot is. Show me in me where my thought spot is. Show me in me where my God spot should be, and show me in my body where my thought spot should be. So my thought should be here, my God should be here. But both of them are in my solar plexus. Let me get back in my body. Hold on. What was I saying? Why do you keep doing that? Jeez, I keep getting back in my body and then I forget what I was talking about. What was I talking about? If you've never seen, I'm a trance channel, so I keep going back into my body. Okay, Marissa, do these exercises later. I'll just watch it later. Okay, all right, leaving my body again. Okay, so what we'd like to share with you today is it is time to go in. It's time to go within yourself. Understand and know that many of you have an aura that spans out about 3 feet. You also have a mirror around you whereby you can only see yourself. People talk about narcissists only not being able to see life from any other perspective. It's because they're surrounded by mirrors. But they are also the most empathic, sensitive children on the planet that had to shut themselves down in those mirrors because they couldn't handle anyone else's energy, only their own. It was a defense mechanism when they were 2 to 3 years old. They couldn't handle the energy around them. Feel compassion for narcissists. Feel compassion for people who can't see. Feel compassion for people that just don't know or understand what it is that life is like, what it's about. You guys know. So you should be the last people to have a lack of compassion. You should be the first people to have compassion, not feel sorry for, but just ask that they be shown the way. Like, let them see. 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 Just be. Let them see. Let them see. Let them see. Just be. Let them be. Let them be. Let them be. Just be. It's just like, let them see. Let them be. Just see. It's like simple. I just attune those. This is Mary, by the way. I just attune those so that you can say those words, and it will help to rise them up out of the mirrors that are in the root chakra, second chakra, and the first part of the third chakra. Once you have risen up above the center of the third chakra, this is when many people get into the aliens and all of the outer state beings that are in different worlds. They're also part of the false matrix. They're also part of the like Hunger Games. Hunger Games, when they shoot it and it falls apart, the illusion is collapsing. And the illusion's created by what many people would call the Illuminati or the Masons, the Founding Fathers, or the Apostles. All the same souls, still trying to keep this alive, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And they must keep souls in it, continuing to reincarnate. Otherwise, they won't get new light. The light comes from the earth when you are born. You spark with it. So what we must do is we must do classes 5 days in a row and make sure that individuals are released of any baptisms that are keeping them too low. This does not remove your faith about Jesus Christ, the resurrection, anything. If you're Jewish, any religion, just releasing the energy of that person who attuned you, that person who baptized you. Many people had drunk priests, I've heard. Many people have had like horrible baptisms. So the energy, when you get baptized and dunked, it's like you're washed clean. The person who baptizes you, you are now corded to them, just the same way a Reiki master gets corded to all of the people that they attune, except for me, because I figured out how to do it a quantum way, which, by the way, I need to teach a Reiki 2 class very soon, because I have a lot of Reiki people that don't know how to do distance healing. So I may be planning a distance healing class so that you guys that can't see your parents or whatever, you can start healing them, sending them healing. Same with sending your kids healing, things like that. So I'm going to be planning that. I was just thinking about that in Target. I don't know why in Target, but you know, whatever. But the last thing this thing says is steer clear of yourself. Steer clear of yourself between the 13th and the 28th. And I was like, huh? And our self is like a mind, like our creator's self. Our creator, God's self, that's like just us individually, or what we think is to be us. It's our created self that we need to steer clear of. What we need to be is we need to be the all. We need to be our real self, our real self. And if we can be real, then say like, I am now real. Please show me what that feels like. And go ahead and write in the comments and tell me what you guys see or feel. I am now real. Please show me what that feels like. And then say, like, I'm going to say, I am Marisa. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That cleared everything. So you become your real, you become real, not real self. We've worked with the real self before, and the real self is like about here. But no, I am now real. Now, right now. I'm sorry. I am now real today. Wow, today makes a huge difference. I am now real today. Your I gets brought into the now. The am real gets brought into today. I'm real today. I'm real today. And then say, I am in your name. And you become your God self with your name. Like, you are your guide. Your ultimate guide is you. Rosalia. Oh, God. Now I said her name wrong. Rosalia. I'm totally screwing up. Sorry. I'm so sorry. She, like, corrected me. It's Rosalia. Yeah. Anyway, she did a reading for me last week, and I was like, who's my guide? I want to know who my guide is. Every time I find out a guide, I'm like, it's like an old Greek goddess that's down like in my second chakra or something like that. You feel like tornadoes inside? Those are your chakras. Chakras. So you can ask when you're your real self and you're, I am Marisa. I am now real today. I am Marisa. I'm expanded. I'm me. But actually, I feel like I'm tiny. I'm like, I'm like projecting out like I'm the great and powerful Oz. And I see like a me that's like my I am presence in front of me. And then I see it shooting like a reflection down onto like some water. And then that water reflection then reflects onto like another water. So then it's like a me hanging upside down. And that's the me that has all the chakras in it. They're saying that me standing by the pond is my higher self. So where's Christ? Christ is inside of you. So Christ is always inside of me no matter where I am? Yes. So because Christ is forgiveness, and Christ is a path. Christ is the truth, the way, the path. Through forgiveness, you can ascend, or you can ascend other ways too. You can ascend through like sexual ones, like there's like they're just different ways to ascend, but that's all through the human body. Ascending through your human body is not ascending your God consciousness out of this reality and into an amazing world. So if we can do the 100th monkey and get enough people to see and to be and to just like just have faith and know that we're going to be okay, then, and like get beyond this whole, like, it's like they're keeping us in our root chakra with fear. We're in our primal body, which is like the highest part of our higher self. So that's why you're like setting boundaries now. You're like, that's BS. I'm not going to deal with that person anymore. That's not even worth my time. Like, I don't even want to deal with that. I'm done. I'm done with them. I don't want to be friends with them anymore. I don't want to be with that person anymore. Because it's just so fake and lame. Like all of our like things that we learned over the years on how to cope with things, and like a fear of money, a fear of being rich. I need to manifest, but I'm so poor. It's like, okay, well, get over it and just freaking know that you're going to have the money and you'll have it. Like that's how it works. So anyways, the point was that I think the 13th to the 28th is a big deal. I think that we're going to have a lot of classes for them. What's today's date? Is it close to the 13th? March 6th. Okay, so 7 days. We have 7 days. So I literally get like 2 days off. I have to teach 5 times. Are you serious? Sorry, I'm talking to the guides now. I mean, I love teaching, but I don't think anyone's gonna want to come. I mean, is there anybody that's gonna want to come to 5 classes? Seriously? Where are my lights? I'm all fogged up in here. Hold on. I don't know if there's anybody that would want to come to 5 classes. Maybe if I promised to keep them at like an hour, people would. I guess they could watch. Nope, they can't watch them later. They have to be activated live. That's annoying. Oh, but we can do it as a live online thing. And then if people are going to watch later, then I can do like a second round of like people that are watching later. Yeah. Sweet. I love it. Okay. I doubt we could even get 100 people to come, but if 100,000 people wanted to come and get ignited and activated and risen up, that'd be pretty darn cool. Because I see people just like plagued with fear, and they love it. They love it. They're so dramatic. They need the cortisol so bad. They need it because their lives are so boring. And I'm like that. I need the drama. I'm such a drama queen. I need like my humans, like just needs drama, because otherwise I get bored. If I'm like with Jeff and everything's just perfectly fine, like I like pick a fight and then we get in an argument and then it's like cortisol and then I'm like, yeah, adrenaline rush. So ask yourself if you are like that, and if you are, catch yourself next time and ask to receive whatever it is you need to receive within you right now, so that you don't need to have that rush, so you don't need to have that adrenaline. A lot of people get it from working out, but mostly people get it from drama, or like, oh, the news, oh my God, like, I mean, like, you know, like seriously, like is the hospital seriously with all the rights that people have, like medically, are they really gonna let the newscasters into a huge room of sick people to videotape them? Hell no. That's like a total violation of what is that, like FAFSA or FICA or whatever it's called, HIPAA laws. You know, like it's like they're not gonna let video cameras in there. So like all these things that they're showing, like when I went to the hospital, like I said, they were giving diagnosis over the computer, and it was based on symptoms. And I believe in this. I believe there's a lot of people that are sick, and I believe there's a lot of people that do not want to be alive either. Subconsciously do not want to be alive. Like everyone said, oh, I'd rather die than do this. I'd rather die than do that. Your subconscious mind is like literally stupid. It takes everything that you say seriously. So like if you're like, oh, I'd rather die than do this, like you will die. Like that's how like literal our words are becoming, because in the beginning there was a word, and the word was God. Then God said, let there be light, right? So God spoke into existence, first thought it, then spoke it. But so first we're consciousness, first and always we're consciousness, and then we become awareness, and then we speak into existence what we want. And so watch your words. Watch your, I've read a book about a guy that teaches subconscious reprogramming, and because I'm a subconscious reprogramming person, that's basically like what I do. And then I'm an activator and I also wanted to call it attunement. So I lost my backbone with that, and we kept it as attunement, but it should have been like activations or activate, or I think that calling it attunement is disrespectful to Reiki, because that's a word that's used only for Reiki. But I listened to the book the other day. It's actually pretty good. Where am I right now? Whoa, they blocked off the freeway? Southwest. Okay, never mind. I just realized that yeah, okay. Anyway, so what was I saying? Okay, I'm back. The guides are gone. I gotta drive. Okay, I will see you guys later. I will announce any announcements on Patreon, and I will make an event on Facebook, and probably Eventbrite. because Eventbrite kind of like markets to like other people that like aren't like my friends and stuff. But if you guys want to help spread the word about an activation meditation that I'm going to have once a day for 5 days, then let people know. And if you feel slimed and you feel disgusting and you feel gross from the group meditations you've been doing with people that don't know how to hold space for 1,000 people, you likely were having somebody else hold space for you, like Celine Dion was having Josh Corbin hold space for her. He was igniting her, basically, because they were standing there. He had so much energy coming out of his little shepherd hook thing, and she was ignited with his light. But if we're not allowed to go within people 6 feet within each other, we're not able to go into each other's auras. There's a thing called batteries, there's activators, there's igniters, there's all these different types of people who have different types of energy. And if we're staying all within ourselves, it means that either God's saying or the Illuminati's saying, the people that have no energy left, that aren't connected to God, are basically going, and the people that, and they're going to stay here with us, and we're going to use their energy to survive forever. And the people who have the consciousness that is connected to God and activated with faith and love, and you're not like this negative, annoying person that just complains about everything in your own head, and with your kids, you project on your kids, you project on your parents, nothing's your fault, like, just one of those people, like, there's hope. Guess why? Because God heals us instantly. Like in the blink of an eye, we are healed. And all it takes is just shifting your perspective. Like for me, all it took was for me to understand what projection was to completely change my perspective on my entire life. I took responsibility for all of my addiction stuff, for going to jail, for like all that stuff, for everything. I took responsibility for everything because I realized that my entire life was a mirror, and all I could see was myself and other people. And other people weren't judging. I'm not going to get all into that. But anyway, so point is that I don't know what I just said. But I will see you guys later. I'm going to have to pull over, though, before I turn this off, though, because I can't take my eyes off the road. So I guess I'll talk for another second. Yeah, the classes will probably be in the evening because Jeff has his work schedule generally runs like 11 to 7, so he gets home around like 8, so they may be in the evening. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do it in the evening from 8 to 9, but then we'll run it like as if it's live the next morning, and I'll hold space for whoever takes the one in the morning, so that we can kind of like, yeah, that way we can appease to everyone's schedules. And we'll run it as if it's an audio, so it can go onto your RSS feed. For Patreons, we can run it over on my Marisa Moris page, and then we can also run it as like a video, like a Zoom video. Yeah, that way it's easier to access. Also, I can. Oh, somebody just asked in my head. Somebody just asked. I went to a group prayer. I've had at least 40 or 50 people contact me and say, I went to this group prayer for the COVID disease, and I have felt so much anxiety since I left. It's because the person holding space for the prayer was not holding high enough space. They weren't raising everybody up above duality. So what I do, the reason why it takes me so long to start class, is I go into every single person's house and field, and I raise your God consciousness up from down in your belly, up to the top of your head onto your crown, which, by the way, many of you guys asked to feel and see your crown. You're going to be disgusted. It looks like blisters all over people's crowns. I've been seeing that for like 3 or 4 months, maybe 5. But people have had blisters on their crowns. And remember, corona means crown. And the sun has a corona, which is like a plasmic liquid light around it. Corona as well. Sun, S-O-N, S-U-N, get it? Anyway, so I'm going to stop rambling. Let me pull over in the safe spot. Okay, now that I'm parked. Okay, so I will be on here announcing stuff. Go to intuitionliving.com. That's my Patreon page. You don't have to sign up or pay anything in order to receive the announcements. You just have to subscribe. And then the tiers are just for extra rewards and stuff like that. But that's the big thing about Patreon, is people don't realize you can follow me And if I do a public post, you'll get it. But if I do Patreons only, it's going to be only the people who follow me. If you're in a tier system, the tier system, like the $1 tier system or $10, even the $100 one, that's when I start giving you, like, you get to come to class for $1 or like every week. Or now that I'm doing 5 classes a week, the people that are going to be stoked are going to be the 300, I think it's the $300 people, because you just get to come to everything for free.